In this in-person episode of the Funny Business Podcast, we go to Reddit and see if you are the asshole for naming your son Mune.
And on the flip side, we talk about our shared experiences about going to the same car service. And is Chick-fil-A the best customer service in fast food? Mike, hit the music. And welcome back to a very eventful episode of the Funny Business Podcast. If you are listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcast, I hope we're not on Apple Music.
I hope not. Well, actually, we might be, but depending on what that is, so
we'll release a Christmas album in a few weeks. We'll let you guys know when that drops. This may seem like a normal episode. If you're watching on YouTube, I highly recommend. We are an in-person podcast today. We are on Mike's couch in his house. Not the first time we've recorded on the couch.
No.
Probably won't be the last.
Well, we should specify.
Futon.
Podcast recording.
What else did we record on the couch?
Well, just to make it clear to the audience, we've never recorded anything on a couch besides a podcast.
Correct. Yes. We have never recorded anything on the couch. Yes. But we did do a live stream.
That was fun.
That was fun. Yes.
Was that we were reacting to the NBA Finals?
The NBA Finals and the Yankees game. Yes. Because I had the over hit in like the first 3 innings. It was epic. So Mike and I were able to see each other this morning, getting our car services, which we'll get to that.
Oh, we will.
Oh, we'll get to that. Oh, that's going to be half this episode. So now we got a bros day today.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. It was, as everybody knew from the podcast, that we found out that we were, 1, going to the same service place, and 2, we were back-to-back check-in times. So I was at 9, Matt was at 9:30, and it was, I will say, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later, it is interesting to have a friend at a service place. I think that was my first time ever I had somebody at a service place.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, most of the time I get dropped off, and then someone just like, so that way you don't have to stay there.
Yeah.
I liked it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was awesome. I appreciated it, but usually we like powwow a little bit before we actually hop into the segment for an in-person podcast. But I feel like since we talked at the service place, there really isn't much to talk about.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything new to report. Do you?
You were talking about your hair.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's the side's really bad, so you can't tell because of the headphones. But still haven't gotten that rescheduled. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Threw a little bit of a wrench in our plans for today.
Yeah.
But we always adjust on the fly for the good people, the good coworkers of the Funny Business Podcast.
I will have to say, holding the mics, I feel very empowered right now.
So I didn't go to the gym today. I think this is going to count as my arm workout for the weekend. I mean, obviously, we've been taking Saturdays and Sundays off. No Saturday off today because this is heavy.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny because I think you got that as a gift, first of all.
We did.
Yeah, you got that as a gift, first of all.
That is correct.
And you had the boom arm. Mm-hmm. That was another thing that was a part of it. So you never really got to experience like holding it.
No, I kind of like it though.
I get it, but it feels like to me, and I'll say this, like usually somebody that goes on a podcast that's holding a microphone, like they've been brutally but I'll tell you, I think we fall in that category.
Correct.
I feel like we're holding back everybody of what exactly we'll tell. So stick around to the end. You'll probably hear a little bit about it. So Matt, I thought we would do something fun today.
Always.
I mean, we have reported, or we have talked about the Reddit thread, Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
So I thought that we would review some today, actually take the time. There is not one that is leading this Am I the Asshole series, but we are actually going to talk about a few of them. We're going to talk about them. You have a pretty good range of situations. I know we talked a lot about weddings. There are a few wedding things that are involved in here, but vacations are being another one. And then just really, in the most part, it's relationships. So
no one gives better relationship advice than us.
No, right?
That's a fact.
So Matt, we are going to start off today with, and this is a summary of it all. So each one is asking, am I the asshole? So the person had planned a group trip with friends and family, but faced a personal crisis as their relationship was breaking just before the trip. Despite not wanting to go, they decided for the sake of the children. During the trip, they felt sad and mainly interacted with 2 close friends who were supportive. Other friends were upset with their attitude, and after returning home, began distancing themselves and spreading negative comments about the person. The individual apologized, but the bad-mouthing continued. impacting their already challenging personal situation. They are seeking perspective on whether they are in the wrong in this situation.
I think it's kind of hard to shit talk someone where they're going through a personal thing.
Right.
Like I'm sure they did want to go and have a great time, but it's hard to put yourself in a good mood when you're not in a good mood.
Right.
So I want to say they are not the asshole.
I'm going to agree with you. I think that's for the idea. I have personally been through some situations where I've had to go just because for a significant other. I don't know if I've ever shared this before, but I'll share it anyway because why not, right? We're in person. Prom. I know I made fun of you.
I do know this.
You do know this, but I don't know
Yes.
if I've shared this publicly, which whatever. It's mute by then, but it's a good story to share. We broke up. My girlfriend and I broke up, I think 2 weeks before prom. And I was like, I'm not sure if I want to go or not. And basically it came to the conclusion with the friends that I had to. So I went to prom with my ex-girlfriend.
Prom is such a weird thing.
Isn't it?
It's very strange. Like it's high schoolers dressing up in like ball gowns and ties to party, and it's basically like a college orientation party. If you really think about it, that's what they should just call it.
Well, the most important thing is like they talk. You always get the discussion about drunk driving.
Yes.
Which to me is like odd because y'all are under the age of 21. So why are you even considering drinking?
Mm-hmm. Yep. No one ever drank before prom. No. Ever. Nope. It's not a thing.
I didn't.
I mean, neither.
We were too good.
I didn't even go to a party after prom.
I did. You know, that
dropped my date off and went home.
Oh. See ya. Oh, man. But I think it's tough, too, because especially when you're on these like long-term vacation trips, a lot of times things are planned that you are, I don't want to say sleeping in the same bed, but a lot of times you are interacting with each other. And I think that's really challenging for the instance of this person's situation. So I like that he's asking, well, I should say I like that he's asking the internet, but I like that he's asking, am I the asshole in this situation? Because you never want to be that.
I think he definitely feels bad.
No. So this person planned a luxurious vacation with their wife to celebrate their 40th anniversary, but their daughter, Jane, and her family invited themselves along.
Oh, no.
Despite reservations, the person agreed to a family-friendly resort, but closer to the trip, they changed the destination back to the original romantic one without informing Jane until the last minute. So they did a little bait and switch. The daughter is upset, feeling abandoned, especially as she thought the grandparents would be helping with their grandkids. While the person feels guilty, they are hesitant to apologizing, considering the daughter's intentions. The person is seeking validation for their actions. Am I the asshole for switching the vacation?
See, that's tough because it then turned into like a family vacation, and family vacations are usually fun.
Right.
Usually. So I don't, man, that's tough. What do you think?
You know, I think there goes a time. You okay with it?
My hand is hurting right now. Try not to switch hands.
Well, you two got enough of an XLR cord to do that for you.
Sure,
so.
I do.
I think when you plan something special, like a 40th anniversary celebration, I think you have to be selfish in this scenario. But at the same time, you have to be appreciative of your entire family, simply because it's family. You know, no one ever. What is that Vin Diesel quote?
Nothing is more important than family.
No. But I think it's a miscommunication. Reality being, it's a miscommunication between the wife and husband and their daughter Jane. It wasn't like, can you please like let us? We'll do something extra.
Right.
I feel like that's the thing with parents is they always compromise, but not compromising to the fact of like these are very luxurious and like expensive plans.
No, I agree. I think if they would have wanted to make a family thing, they would have been like, hey, let's all do something. Because even when you are older and have kids, like parents probably still want to do things on their own.
Correct.
Because they are in a relationship themselves. And there was a time where they lived in a relationship without kids. And probably we don't have kids.
No, we don't.
Yet.
That we know
about. It's probably hard to do things on your own when you have kids. So there are going to be times where we'll be like, hey, let's go out to dinner ourselves, or let's go get a weekend getaway. So yeah, I think you're right. I think you got to be selfish in this situation. You convinced me.
Right. Oh, thanks. Wow. That's the first.
Yeah, it is first.
It is. All right. Next one. The person's daughter, Bethany, expressed jealousy over her stepsister Maria's upcoming quinceañera party, particularly the expensive dress. In a fit of anger during an argument with Maria, Bethany damaged the expensive dress with a Sharpie marker and a rip.
Oh, no.
The person trying to address the situation gave money to get a new dress and informed Bethany that she would need to get a job to pay back the full price of the damaged dress as a punishment. The person is now questioning whether they are being unfair and a, quote, huge jerk.
No, it's an expensive dress. I think you gotta make up for it.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it would ever come to the point of ripping a dress or to what point do you go that far, especially in a family situation?
Yeah, I don't think there is a point
No,
at all, ever.
but I think again having this situation come up, like yeah, you are being unfair and a jerk, but at the same time your dress got ripped.
How much did you pay for your prom suit?
Oh my gosh, that's a long time ago. With inflation and all that
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
Did your prom have people wear dresses that were camo?
No, but we had a guy who wore a white suit with like a camo shirt and tie.
Okay, we had
Fun
camo.
fact:
yeah.
him and his girlfriend are not together anymore.
we had some people wear camo dresses and camo tuxes.
That is the most redneck Alabama thing I've ever heard.
Only in Ohio.
My prom tux was free.
Really?
Yep. I don't know if I ever told you this. So I was involved in a prom fashion show
Really?
at my high school. So it was a local tuxedo place, like a prom dress tuxedo place.
Right.
And they had 10 guys and 10 girls like show off like tuxes
Right.
and dresses. And because of that, because we were participated in the show,
Sure.
we got it for free.
Oh, I think it was around like $200 total, and that included like shirt, the vest,
Pocket square.
I don't think I wore a pocket square. The shoes too. I got really nice shoes, which was funny. The next day was the banquet for our basketball team, so I was just able to wear the prom shoes, like have them really nice before I returned them.
That's
so
clutch.
it's definitely good use. But I think around $200.
Not bad. Next question. What is your limit for future daughter's prom dress?
So that's
Keep in mind inflation.
Here's the issue. Never had to go through that because I've never had any sisters or like close relatives that like would actually share. This might actually depend on the situation. If she goes with a boyfriend, like if she goes with a boy that they're not going to last. No more than $300.
Oh, wow. That's going to be the worst prom dress of all time.
Let me take that back. 600.
I was going to say like 5 to 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If she was going by herself with a group of friends, I'd probably give or take a couple, 200-300 extra.
I never thought of it like that. It's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Here's the other thing. You like hold on to that prom dress after the fact.
Oh, you can resell it.
But you could sell it. But at times, like, do you ever become successful in that you sell the dress? You say yes to the dress.
Eventually.
Okay. All right. Next one. The person planned a birthday party, putting in significant effort and resources. This is kind of like the gender reveal party. But discovered that their custom-made cake had a large slice missing, taken by their younger sister at the request of their father. Upset and hurt, the person confronted their father, leading to an argument, and ultimately, they decided to call off the party just hours before.
Oh my God.
One friend thinks it was an overreaction and suggests that they could have still hosted the party at home despite the issue. Was the person the asshole for canceling the party?
Yes. So, one, the father is the asshole for taking a slice out of the cake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't do that.
Sure.
However, you're planning a birthday party for someone else. Can't just cancel the party just because a piece of the cake is missing. Like,
Right.
There's plenty of other things. Yes, it sucks. Maybe it would be a funny story like 5 years down the line. Now it's not funny. Like,
No.
There's no opportunity for this story to be funny because you canceled the party.
Correct.
Way more things you could do to have fun, more games you can play. Really, parties about the people. It's about the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you still had the party.
Yeah. I mean, I think of all things, like the dad was the asshole in this situation
Correct.
for taking the slice of cake. Why don't you just wait until the party? Like wait until it's ready to cut the cake, and then you get a piece of cake.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, we're going to take a slice of the wedding cake, even though the ceremony's not even been done yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When was the last time you had cake?
April and I are also just talking about the difference between cupcakes and cake.
Okay. Cup of
when's the last
cakes?
time I had cake. I can't remember the exact time, but what do you like better, cupcakes or cake?
Well, let me tell you, I don't think I updated everybody on the show, but I made that chocolate cake.
Oh, shit. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
How was it?
Matt, I think I might be entering a baking competition.
Wow. That's huge. How'd it come out?
Hey.
Oh.
We're holding hands in the back, everybody.
Socks are on.
Yeah, socks. They are on. So it was funny. I was scrambling to get the ingredients. So like just trying to hop over to the grocery store, get everything. So grab the cake mix. And I'm like standing in the bakery aisle. And I was like, okay, I got the cake mix. And I'm looking at the box and I'm inspecting and I'm like, I need icing, don't I? And I saw right above the cake mix was like a bunch of icings. I'm like, okay, so if they're showing me that I need to buy icing, it's probably not in this box.
No, I don't believe it comes with icing.
I had a triple fudge chocolate baking mix.
Wow.
And I will say, like, it was very easy. Like, I think we need to like break the stigma.
Yep, there it is.
I think we need to break the stigma that men can bake.
Correct.
Like, I think many times everybody's like, oh, like a man can't bake. Like, yeah, they can. And that chocolate cake was very easy. Jenna was very surprised. It was moist. It was so moist.
Big trigger word for some people.
Oh my God. It was so good.
Yeah.
Like it was still moist. Sorry, everybody who doesn't like this word. It was so moist days after. And we put it in the fridge and it was so good. Got a lot of compliments from her family. Her grandparents had cake too. They were like, it was delicious. I was like, man, I think I need to enter a baking competition next year with just a box cake.
Or you just start making a crap ton of Christmas cookies and start selling them.
That's, yep. Business idea.
Dive into some kiffles, some nut roll.
Yeah. So getting back to your question.
Yes, cupcakes versus cake.
I will say cake.
Oh, I disagree.
Okay.
So here's my thing. Sometimes the sliced cake is too much. There's too much cake.
Okay.
The cupcake. Now, if you get a cupcake with a lot of icing, throws out this debate. The cupcake is like the perfect amount of cake.
Okay.
Like for one serving, it's perfect.
Okay.
Like it doesn't fill you too much. It doesn't leave you hungry. I think it's just now if you get it a mini cupcake, that's a bit ridiculous. As Kevin Malone in The Office said, are you talking about mini cupcakes? There's already a mini version of cupcakes, which is a mini version of cake. I mean, where does it end with you people?
Yeah. I think he convinced me.
See, I don't know why I couldn't convince April. He hated cupcakes. Hates cupcakes.
Now, is it cookies or cupcakes?
So the reason this came up, we did a ranking of cookies, cupcakes, or cake.
Are you doing a podcast without me?
No, we did go to Crumble Cookie.
Funny
yesterday.
business power rankings.
We went to Crumble Cookie yesterday. Yeah. So this was a conversation. I put cupcakes above cookies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even like a thick, gooey chocolate chip cake. I mean, cookie. Chocolate chip.
I love cookies.
Okay.
I really enjoy cupcakes.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
All right.
But I do.
Okay, moving on to the next one. This one's, I don't want to say a little personal, but this one gets a little interesting. The person financially supports their retired parents, giving them $500 a month in additional money for unexpected expenses. Their mother asked for $2,000, which the person later discovered was given to their brother, who attended a destination wedding but missed the family event. Upset about the misuse of funds, the person confronted their parents and requested receipts for future transactions. An argument ensued, leading to a 2-month silent period. When informed that their parents were considered going to the food bank, the person expressed frustration and suggested their brother should repay the money. The person's aunt accused them of being a bitch. The situation raises questions about whether the person was the asshole for the receipts and the frustration.
This is tough. I don't think they are.
The person who expressed the anger.
I don't think the person's wrong for asking for receipts.
Yeah.
Because if your parents are retired, income's low, and you're giving them extra money to help them survive,
right?
You shouldn't be giving that money away, especially when it's to the person's sibling. Because if that person really needed if the sibling needed the money, they should have reached out to the sister and be like, "Hey, could you mind?"
Right.
That's probably the more adult way to go about it.
Sure.
Yeah. I would probably be upset too if they just gave the money away to something they didn't say it was for.
I think it's tough too because when it comes to parents being supported by their children, I think that becomes more of I don't want to say a jealousy. Some siblings do more than others, or some siblings visit family more than others. Just really collectively just putting heads together and being like, how can we all help evenly?
Yeah, it's tough because your parents provided for you for so often.
Right.
You want to try to be there for them.
All right, Matt, last one. The person and their wife had a disagreement about the name of their unborn son, with the wife suggesting the name Mune, which is M-U-N-E, which the person found unusual. They eventually agreed not to include it in the list of potential names. However, at the baby shower, the wife's mother gifted a handmade blanket with the name Mune. on it, causing embarrassment for the person. When he confronted his wife later, he expressed frustration, called the name stupid, and suggested using it for the dog. The argument escalated, and the wife left, saying she wouldn't be coming back for a while. The dog. Sorry. Just like, that name's stupid. Let's call it a dog.
What a line.
Says the person an asshole for, I guess, basically discrediting the wife's suggestion of calling the son Mune. I don't even know if I'm saying that name correctly.
Well, it's a bad name.
If it's Mune or Mun or Muni or Money.
Money? Yeah, that's the bad name.
Mm-hmm. I'm just spelling it one more time for our listeners. Mune. That's the name that they were suggesting.
That's tough. What nickname do you even call him?
Mew.
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo just becomes a Pokemon master. That's a genius career path.
Not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
just because it becomes the next Ash Ketchum.
You know what I keep seeing on TikTok lately is Elon Musk being interviewed of asking how do you pronounce his kid's name.
You just said Elon the Musk.
Elon the Musk.
That's what you just said. I want to check the tapes on that. Elon the Musk.
Elon the Musk. So there's TikToks that are going around of Elon Musk being interviewed.
Oh no.
Asking how do you pronounce his kid's name.
Oh,
because you remember that really
it's some
weird,
like numbered hyphen thing. Yeah.
That really weird, unique name that it was pronounced. So yeah, that keeps showing up. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I'm sorry, but
I'm sick of Elon.
Are you?
Yeah. In the end of the day, we talked about this before. He just wasted $44 billion on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And now it's not even close to being worth that much.
Right.
And he also said, I think we talked about this, he could have like cured like world hunger. And he's like, I'm just going to buy Twitter.
Yeah.
And there's too much like, I don't know. I feel like Twitter's kind of going on the downslope right now.
That says a lot coming from you.
Yes, I still use it every day. Still like the app, but there's a lot of stuff I don't want to see popping up in my feeds now.
Right.
Which I didn't have beforehand.
Gotcha. Elon's son's baby's name is XAEA12. And apparently A12 was a name after a what do you call it? A jet.
And how do you pronounce that?
I'm not even gonna try.
Okay.
Actually,
fine.
let me
That's
check.
fair.
Let me check the Washington Post for a conferral. During the podcast, so literally, Musk gave Grimes, which was I guess the mother, credit from thinking up most of the name, but he said A12 was his contribution, a nod to the Archangel 12 plane. The Lockheed A12 was a precursor to the SR-71, which Musk called the coolest plane ever. So the son's name is named after a plane.
Yeah, nothing like naming your kid after a plane. That's every dad's dream.
Oh gosh. So the mother actually, holy Moses, actually explained why the son's name is the way that it's. So X, the unknown variable, AE, my elven spelling of AI, love and or artificial intelligence. And then the A12 is the precursor to the SR-7.
So he's named that for artificial intelligence and a plane.
And a plane. And X.
And X.
The future thing of what he wanted to create. So maybe that was a precursor.
That's so wrong. And so that honestly, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but that's just so messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think baby names come with intention. They obviously have a lot of weight. You should be taking a long time to consider what your son or daughter's future name's gonna be. Because they can legally change it, but they're gonna have to live with it for the rest of their life.
For at least like 18 years.
Yeah. Until they can say, yeah, I want to change my name.
That kid's going to get bullied.
Mune?
He just is. Yes.
Yeah, or Mun. I still don't even know the pronunciation of the name, but...
And not that they deserve to get bullied. I'm not saying that.
No.
But we've all been through elementary school, middle school, and high school. Bullying goes on. It's not going away. If you got a funny name, people are going to make fun of you for it.
Yeah. I hope ultimately these... I really didn't realize that a lot of these are a lot of frustration and a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
I just hope that the families involved and the people just find peace and comfort in knowing that, this too shall pass. And I think we'll be better in the end.
You know what's a great way to find peace and comfort?
Food.
Christmas. The spirit of Christmas
Notice
is upon us all.
you can't really see it, but behind us in the center, there's still the pumpkins that are still up.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I don't see any garland or cranberries. No trees. Right now we put out our nutcrackers. We have like some little fake snow like pine on the the table where the TV is. We are putting red bows on each of the back of the the dining room chairs. What else do we have out right
What
now?
is this at the time of this recording? This is November 11th.
November 11th. Yeah, it's been up for about a week.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're planning on getting a wreath, if I remember correctly.
We also updated it. So we used the same wreath. We had like a green one on our front door.
Okay.
We just put like cranberries on.
Ah, so that's just a
Yeah.
cycle wreath.
Yeah, it's a little trick and tip for all you out there.
There you go.
Yep.
Love it.
Smart.
So, but yeah, that concludes Am I the Asshole series saga.
Maybe next time we'll read some and then we each should come up with our own Am I the Asshole for something that we've done.
That's deep.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. We'll table that.
Tabled it.
Table it.
Future discussion.
We wanted to share something that has become essential to those days after a long, exhausting night. Liquid IV's hydration multiplier.
It's amazing how huge a difference it makes. Liquid IV helps us feel more energized and refreshed throughout the day. With one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and a 2 times faster hydration formula than plain water.
We both love the flavors. Yuzu pineapple and passion fruit are our top picks. They make staying hydrated a truly enjoyable experience.
What's even better is that Liquid IV is committed to giving back to communities in need worldwide by providing clean and abundant water. They've already donated over 39 servings in 50 plus countries around the world.
And we have a special treat if you want to try Liquid IV. Head over to liquidiv.com and use the code FUNNYBUSINESS at checkout to get a 20% discount on your entire purchase.
So shop Better Hydration today with promo code FUNNYBUSINESS. All one word, FUNNYBUSINESS at liquidiv.com at checkout.
Remember to stay hydrated and healthy and give Liquid IV a try. It's worth it. All right, well, let's slide on to the second half of the show. What are we going to do first here? Let's do some Say What. I'll go first.
Okay.
So something that came out that I did not talk about that it's kind of a me hand up.
Yeah.
We had a new Taylor Swift album.
You did.
We did.
We did, I should say.
We did. The world was blessed by the Queen yet again. 1989 is her best album.
Really?
Yeah. Absolute bangers.
Okay. Now, how refresh my memory again? What are some songs on
the
that?
first 4 songs, Welcome to New York.
Oh, what a bop.
I believe it's Blank Space.
Okay.
Style, Out of the Woods. The first 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Wildest Dreams, Shake It Off.
Oh.
You know what's another bop that I gotta get the exact name.
All right, get the exact name.
Obviously I've been listening to Taylor's version. It is How You Get the Girl. It is straight fire.
How You Get the Girl.
How You Get the Girl. It's very good.
Okay.
But I think we obviously the album just came out with Taylor's version, so it's hard to always like compare her albums.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best one. This is bops all around.
So you would be able to help me in answering this question. So like obviously I understand why she's redoing her albums.
Yes.
Like they're hers.
Yes.
Out of the albums that you've listened to, how much has changed since the previous version and then Taylor's version?
Not much. Some songs you can definitely notice a difference.
Sure.
And when she redid Enchanted, she did change some lyrics. I don't remember what song it was, but it's fairly different, fairly similar. You can definitely tell the difference.
Sure.
I think in some songs do sound the same. But there's some subtle changes in like the beat change or something like that.
Well, you always want to support the artist.
Always.
And that's
Yep.
Do you think she'll remove? Well, I guess the record company has to remove those songs in particular, but like if
That's a good question.
like do you think it'll just be more I mean, obviously Taylor Swift could run for president as we've discussed in previous podcast episodes, but
I would vote.
do you think she would get this is such a really rhetorical question, but like do you think her versions would get so popular that the other ones would just sit by the wayside, like would go away?
I think that's probably her hope.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that happens, probably not.
Right.
I don't know, because I believe the radio stations still play the first version.
Well, I'm sure because it's the record company, and the record company has a lot of connections between it all.
Correct.
So I don't want to say I'm being interrupted, but I realize in the back of the angle that somebody's behind me.
Hello,
the
Jenna.
back. Yeah, this is this is what happens when you move in with your significant other. It's
And also when we play in this podcast, not even 24 hours in advance.
Do you want to be the first in-person guest on the podcast? She says she's not really looking forward to this. That's okay. No, that's why you got to ask for consent. Looking like this. She doesn't want to do it.
Sense.
It's okay.
You're like the first half guest.
The half guest
Yeah.
who made a cameo.
Cameo. Yes. Correct.
As you can see, this is a real place.
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll just go into it, shall we?
Yeah. Please do.
Rip off places, let me tell you.
Oh. Yes. Yeah.
Let me just jump right into it because we already had a little precursor of that beforehand. So let's just say service places.
Mm-hmm.
We have always gone by ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we've never, there may have been a stranger or two that we've seen. I shouldn't say a stranger, but an acquaintance. Like I've seen many people that I've known at a dealership or at a service place, and you don't really talk to them about like, hey, what's going on with your car? Oddly enough, Matt and I were at the same service place. Mm-hmm. And let's just say that I wanted some stuff done, and I got told that the person is not here to get that stuff done. Matt comes walking in, and Matt shares with me that he's getting that stuff done. And I shared with him, but wait, the person told me that the person's not here to do that stuff. And he goes, well, yeah, I'm doing mine today. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, the customer rep or I don't even know what you call those people.
I don't know what they do because I don't think they actually service the cars.
The stewards?
They're basically like secretaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stewards, the car stewards, the host or the hostess.
Hostess was not the mostest.
Not the mostest, literally. So he comes over, he goes, oh, you're done. This was probably the very first time that I said, no, I don't think so.
I was there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And our appointments were like 15 minutes after each other.
Uh-huh. So I said, he's getting his inspection.
Yes.
Matt's getting I didn't even say your name. This guy's getting an inspection done today. And he goes, well, you got to schedule it. And I said, I did over the phone.
Which is exactly how I did mine.
So he goes, okay, well, let me go see. And I said, yeah, it makes sense. I'm here. Now, I will say there was a little precursor of I was potentially not thinking my inspection was going to pass, but he said it was fine. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. So then he comes back to the people that are there, which at first he said, we're not there. No one was there to do an inspection. He ends up saying, well, the two guys are already busy. So I go home and let's just say that I did not get accomplished what I wanted to get accomplished today. But I think you have a little bit more. If you care to share.
Yeah, so it's funny because you didn't think didn't know if your car was going to pass inspection. Mine just didn't. Flat out just didn't. So when I got there, I was like, hey, just so you guys know, like my tire pressure light's been on and off.
Right.
They're like, yeah, we'll probably just the cold weather. Like, we'll take a look at it. So Mike was gone to this point and he comes back. He's like, hey, your tires is not going to pass inspection. And so I had to buy a new tire today. That was fun.
That was not.
That was... Not fun at all. I don't think we should go back to where we went. I don't think we should go back.
No, we never do that.
No, never.
Regardless if it was we actually share positive experiences with places. We do. But, no, if it's never negative, we shouldn't. I think I hate to come out and be this person, but it's always worth double and triple checking, even though you may or may not be the expert in the situation.
Yes.
Because that experience alone of being told no one is here to do that service today, and you come in and saying you're getting that inspection done today.
Yep.
It makes no sense. It's worth asking more questions.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if you aren't the expert, like not everyone's a car mechanic, not everyone's a contractor, not everyone's a social media manager. It's worth your time and your investment to possibly double and triple check of being like, are you sure? Mm-hmm. You sure there's nobody here? And then if not, then you just go to a different service place, which is exactly what I'm doing.
Same. Yep. Screw them.
But yeah, that was our experience. You know, we thought, I will have to say, Matt, because I don't think I said this already. You know, originally Matt and I were going to do, let's just say media photos, like just kind of update stuff, like maybe our cover album and like some of the things you see in the YouTube thumbnails. And Matt made the most of his trip and suggested doing an in-person podcast. So Matt, thank you for pivoting and changing something so as we get the best bang for our buck today.
Absolutely. I actually had the thought that, and that's even funnier now. I was like driving in. I was like, we should have just recorded in where we were.
Could you imagine?
And then they just live read. Like, what if we could have gotten a live reaction of the guy being, hey, you need to buy a new tire or your car is not going to pass. The views would be insane.
I don't know if we needed. I think we would have needed permission first.
Well, correct. We would have, but I think we probably could have gotten it. That would have been funny.
Probably could.
Yeah.
I follow the tripod And they're actually going around, like they've been at a Lowe's, they've been at a Target, they've been at an IKEA.
That's funny.
They've been through a Starbucks drive-through. The Lowe's, they got kicked out. Like they were kicked out because apparently you need permission to film or actually record audio, which I think is true. But at the same time, it's like,
we should get permission to record at a Moe's, and then during the podcast, every time someone walks in, we have to stop and go, "Welcome to Moe's." That's genius.
I might have a connection for that.
I love that for us.
Well, I mean, they just follow me on Instagram. So
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't love that for us. All right.
the worst you can get is a no.
My second one.
Oh, gosh.
Not only did I get new tires this weekend, I also got some new devices.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Great salesmen make shopping so much easier. So without getting into too much specifics, so I'm still on my parents' phone plan.
Which is fine.
Yes, correct. It's cheaper for me to pay my parents than it is to get my own line.
Yep.
Me and my mom are due for an upgrade. So we went to Verizon. I'm just going to say it was Verizon. It was good.
It was a positive experience.
I didn't mean to say it. It just kind of came out of
It
my
was a
mouth.
positive experience.
Yes, it was a positive experience. We went in thinking we were going to get two phones. We walked out with a new phone for me, new phone for my mom, new Apple Watch for me, new phone for my dad, and a potential new Wi-Fi for my parents' house. I don't know how that happened. We were in that store, I'm not kidding, for 2 hours, but it was worth it.
And then there's somebody like me. And you said, too, the transfer from your old phone to your new phone took
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Mine took like an hour for
What
it to
phone do you
all
have?
happen. I have an iPhone. It is a iPhone 12 Pro.
12.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I went with the regular 15, did not get the Pro. So far it has not melted. So we're
good.
on
You're
12
steady.
hours strong.
You're steady.
Yes. But the salesman, that's the big thing about it. Took his time, not talking to you, Siri.
I was like, where did that?
Damn Apple Watch, I just got it, started talking to myself. Took his time to explain everything, went through potential plan upgrade that we did that made sense. Was very nice, cracking jokes, making it light. It was great. Like the salesman, if you get a good salesman, he even said, like, I don't really make that much or any money off you guys doing commission.
Yeah.
That's even better. Obviously, commission's great for salesmen, but yeah, when you get a good salesman, it just makes shopping that much more easier and kind of fun. It was kind of fun.
Well, yeah,
I enjoyed it
because you were walking away with, I hope, a deal.
Yes.
Like, because you never know. Like, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, like you get the first year at like $50, but then after the first year, it increases up to 100, and it's like
Literally, my watch, I paid the taxes on.
yeah,
And that was it.
mm-hmm. But sometimes you have to again give them the benefit of the doubt, especially for salespeople. Like my favorite thing is when I came in here with the first, like I did the research, I knew what I wanted. They're like, well, don't you want to take like really nice photos? And I look at them, I'm like, I'm a photographer.
Correct.
And that's like, all bets are off at that point. Like, it's no, thank you. I'm a photographer. I have my own camera. Thank you very much. I would just like a phone that works. And in the event I want to take an okay photo, that works for me too.
That's really why I didn't get the Pro.
Right.
Because I correct me if I'm wrong, the big difference between the Pro and the regular is the camera.
You have two lenses on that one. There's
Yes.
3 on the
right.
Pro.
And I don't care if my photos don't look that great.
Mhm.
They still look better because it's 15.
Right. Because you have a regular and then you have a telephoto, right?
I think so.
You have a one that zooms in 2 times.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
just have
I believe so. Yeah.
Really, that's all you need.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna pay the extra for the Pro.
The wide shot works in some occasions, but sometimes I'm a little better with like just putting it at the regular focal length. But
yeah.
But no, I mean, you were telling me, and at first, I'll be honest, I didn't understand what was happening.
For halfway through, me, my mom, and dad, none of us knew what was happening.
What is happening?
My mom was like, "What did we just sign up for?" I was like, "I think we got a deal, or it's the same. We'll find out later."
You'll find out. So, Godspeed to you, and hoping that it actually is a beneficial deal instead of
I think it is.
whatever it
I
is.
think we're okay.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. All right. We'll move on. Buy or sell? Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
All right. We're doing some buy or sell. I'm buying convenient coffee.
Convenience.
Yeah. The one good thing about our service we went to, there's a Starbucks at said
Yes.
service place. My coffee was $2.95.
That was $2.95.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes. So it was a Starbucks. Now all I got was a venti iced coffee with cream and 3 bumps of
I thought it
caramel
was a
syrup.
grande. They look like a grande to me.
It was grande. Sorry, it was grande. Grande. Yep, my bad. The damn Starbucks sizes. Make it small, medium, and large, please. It's not that hard. Grande, iced coffee, cream, 3 pumps caramel, $2.95. Did you know, and April told me this, when you add cold foam at Starbucks,
Yeah.
it's an extra $1.25.
$1.25.
$1.25 for cold foam.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane. Insane. I don't think I'm ever getting cold foam again at Starbucks. That's ridiculous.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I will say I get a grande strawberry acai at a particular place, like $4.35.
Yeah. Mad expensive.
Convenient coffee.
Convenience. Correct. I'm also buying Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, you might be surprised why I'm buying Chick-fil-A.
I mean, you buy it.
Well, why I'm buying it
Yeah,
in
why
this segment. So, did stop and get free Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwiches.
I've not had Chick-fil-A breakfast, I will say.
I've had the chicken minis, so I was supposed to get the chicken biscuit sandwich.
Okay.
They ended up, we got 2, and I'll get into how we got those at the end of the show.
Sure.
Because we got them on the app. I went to pick them up. They gave us the wrong sandwich. Sandwiches. So then April called them.
To complain?
Yes. Do you know what they did? They credited 2 free sandwiches in her account.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
So Chick-fil-A stays winning in customer service. And then finally, I'm selling texting and driving.
Okay.
1, it's dangerous. Don't do it.
Very dangerous.
My phone was not connected to my car
Okay.
this morning.
Yes.
So I had to call April so she could hit on the app for Chick-fil-A that like I'm here.
I'm here.
Texting and driving is hard. It's just 1, it's dangerous. It's just difficult to do.
Oh, Matt, it looks like there's like a state police like at the front of my door wondering why somebody was texting and driving. I'm kidding.
What if it actually was? And you just
Oh
made
my
that?
gosh.
Yeesh.
They play this clip in court.
Yeah, I don't understand how people do it. It makes no sense.
They don't. I've always said that I've found even a cop texting while driving as well.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's a different state,
Yes.
which even cracks me up even more. Yeah, we have to hook you up, man, with an A to C cord. So
I'll find one.
oh, I could give you one. It's in that little brown thing underneath.
I'll take a look.
Okay. Well, we'll inspect.
We'll bargain.
What do you want? Feet pics.
Yes.
So,
That's all I got.
okay. Well, I'm buying water.
Nice.
Nothing is better than a cold glass of water,
Correct.
especially when you've had a night of drinking.
Yes. Especially when you've had a cup of coffee first in the morning.
It shouldn't be to the point where you become dehydrated that a glass of water is really nice, but like, I don't know, something about just in the morning, like just doing really nice, like glass of cold water. Like just, it's good. It's H2O. It's H2O, bro.
Nothing but the water. Yesterday, it came to a point, it was like 5 o'clock. I got home from the store and I was like, you know what? All I had to drink today was a coffee and a Celsius.
Huh.
I chugged a bottle of water.
How's the Celsius?
Love Celsius. Love them. Flavors are good. Got to get the sparkling carbonated ones.
Okay.
It's literally like a second cup of coffee.
Huh.
And it's also supposed to be good for like when you work out. It helps like burn fat more. Very tasty flavors though.
Huh.
Favorite one is mango passion fruit.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's fire.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So yeah, cold water always good. I'm also trying to do normal activities on a boat.
What?
Now, this is not me.
Did you buy a boat?
I didn't buy a boat. Yeah, I've saved up those $10,000 an episode and I bought a boat. I've been seeing on social media of, let's just say, activities to do on a boat. So the first one that I saw is a group of guys playing pool on a boat. So the pool table actually has the best way to describe it is a gimbal, but anytime the boat rocks, it actually keeps its balance. So that way the balls don't move when like they're hitting like waves or like they're moving. So like it moves. I have to show you the video when we're going for
wild.
lunch later. But like, and then the second one I saw today was somebody was making food with a gas range. So like a gas oven, like with an open flame.
Wow.
And it was moving back and forth, left and right. So that way it stood centered. So that way it wasn't spilling anything in the pot. Now the guy was moving, but the gas oven was staying put. It's just awesome. Like
That's some stuff that funny business science just can't.
we can't explain.
We can't explain that. No.
I'm selling awkward tipping. So like tipping a cash register. No, it's always like,
Yeah.
oh, fill this out when you're done.
Yes. Yes.
Matt, I saw a TikTok video and I also verified it. There were actually news articles that verified this. Matt, self-checkouts are now asking for tips.
No.
Yes.
No. Stop it. Are you serious?
Yep.
What places?
I
Name 'em.
believe it was at an airport.
Oh.
So airports are now asking for tips Well, I shouldn't say airports. I apologize, all the airports. I love you all, even though I've flown twice in my life. Self-checkouts are now asking for tips.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And you know I hate self-checkout to begin with.
Yeah, so self-checkouts are now asking. There was some articles that were coming up of like, where do the tips go? And I'm hoping it's to the people that are like keeping the inventory. Like they're restocking the shelves and like they don't have to do the register, but they're splitting the tips that are happening there. Yeah, so I will say, like, if you're able to tip, and if you're doing DoorDash or like Uber Eats,
Yes.
tip.
I have a question because
Go ahead.
I did not tip at a place yesterday.
Okay.
I want you to let me know if I'm the asshole.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Preview.
So now you don't tip when you go to like McDonald's, right?
No, I've never had
Or, like,
to.
right. No, this is a little different.
Okay.
I did not tip at Crumble Cookie. In my head, like they are making the cookies, but when they go to all they do is
Put it
take
in
it
a
out
bag.
of the tray and put it in a box.
Right.
So I didn't tip, but I didn't know if I should, or like, am I wrong for not tipping at Crumble Cookie? Because in my eyes, what are they doing that like the McDonald's employee doesn't do?
Or Starbucks.
Or Starbucks, correct?
Or
I don't tip at
Dunkin'.
Dunkin' or Starbucks either.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Huh. I will say you're not the asshole.
Okay. Good.
You are not the
Correct.
asshole.
In my eyes, like if you're picking up food, I'm not tipping. If you deliver food, I will tip.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Okay.
Now, I think the place we're going to go to is going to ask if you want to tip. But, like,
Okay.
I don't know. I think we're going to a brewery.
Nice.
Like, yeah, they're pouring my beer. Of course I'll give you a tip. Where was I at a place where I was just like, yeah, you know what? Here you go. Well, my haircut place. My haircut place can give you, like, you can advance tip. So that way it's not awkward of, like, flipping the screen around and being like, oh, you can select whenever, select what's comfortable.
I always tip my guy.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. Something you should be ready for somebody who's at an apartment, tipping your USPS man.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that.
Especially coming around the holidays.
Yeah. Nice little
Man or
card.
woman.
Yes.
I apologize.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
I'm also selling complaining just to complain.
Okay.
So I had a situation, which I'll keep it very vague. This was work related. Somebody was complaining about a certain service that we offer, and then a certain two services. Was complaining about both of them. So as a social media manager, I reached out and I said, and this, by the way, this was like 11 o'clock on a weeknight.
Okay.
So commented on a post to complain. We then took it offline, which thank God I did, because the woman was furious. I believe it was the mother of the person who was receiving these services. We're like, okay, like, would you be willing to provide your contact information so as we can send it to the appropriate department and hopefully we can make something better? And they're like, I've already shared my contact information. So you're complaining because you just wanted to.
Yes.
And I had like about enough, and that was the only time I was like, there is no reason why this conversation should go any further other than thank you so much for your time. Should you have any further complaints, please direct it to this.
Yeah.
Do not direct it to me.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks like the CEO or the president runs the social media account. That's not right.
They don't see 99.9% of your comments.
Right.
At all. They just don't.
It was awful. I'll have to show that to you later. But like, I was just like, you gotta be kidding me.
It's so easy for people to complain nowadays that they just complain about everything.
Which is even more interesting because let's just say like in the CRM or the customer relationship management software, we know who you are.
Yeah.
Like you don't, unless your name is like something completely different on Facebook, if you give any inkling as far as what your record is, we can find you.
Correct.
We have your contact information.
Correct.
But like, don't comment to complain when those complaints are already being resolved or looked into, because you're just that upset. And let me tell you, if they were that upset at like 10:45 at night, I hope they're doing well.
It's just people hide behind social media, and it's sad that people still think they can say whatever they want online, and there's just no repercussions, because that's just not true. It's just not true.
Absolutely. 100%. If you are complaining, my recommendation or suggestion is, yes, you will turn to social media, which is just a very natural thing to do.
Yep.
Send them a DM.
Correct. Yeah, that's the correct way to go about it.
Send them a DM.
Yeah.
Or if they can't, because I know a lot of like, let's just say X or Twitter, like you can't direct message unless you follow each other. Like just say like, hey, like I have a concern. Can we message you? And the person will reply, yeah, like send us a message. Like don't sit there and bitch publicly, because that just, it doesn't it doesn't work well for either party, whether the company, organization, or you personally, because who knows? You may be complaining about something that is unfixable.
Yep. And also, everybody else online is laughing at you.
Right.
Every single person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My favorite is when companies do like automated messaging and like reading the room. Like, yeah, sometimes with a high influx of complaints, like, yeah, you have to have those direct messaging so as you can funnel them.
Yep.
But it's just so funny when, let's just say like Domino's. Domino's has a person that's just like, yeah, like my pizza was crap. And then it's an automated message. It's like, so sorry to hear that, Jim. Like, feel free to send us a message and we'll let you know. Even though it was like super jokingly, like was just replying about, oh yeah, their pizza's crap anyway. The automatic reply is like, so sorry to hear about your experience, Jim. Send us a message and we'll be sure to help you out. Even though like Jim probably never bought Domino's pizza in the last like 12 months.
He hasn't had it since he was 12.
So, but that's all I got.
All right.
Cool.
Great episode.
Well, Matt, thanks for coming over today.
Thank you for having me, as always.
You are besides family, you are the most recurring guest to come to our house.
I'm honored. I believe this is the last in-person podcast since episode 79.
No.
I don't think we've had one since 100.
Holy shit. We didn't have one in person in 100 either.
No.
Wow.
We were going to.
Right, we were.
Then,
I had everything set up.
yes. We had snow. It was not the vid. It was not the vid.
Which I will it was not the vid. Which I will say, that in-person podcast was very fun.
It was. Very fun. In-person podcasts are the best.
You do realize that we are coming up on episode 200.
Yeah. Yeah, we should brainstorm something. Yes. Yeah.
So thank you all so much for listening or watching. You can find all of our good information at solo.to/funnybusiness. There you'll find all the good clips from our Twitch, all the good clips on our social media, and then merch, because we have merch. Surprisingly, we didn't wear any merch today, but that's okay.
Didn't think of that.
No, we didn't think of that.
We should have.
No, we should have.
Oh,
anyway, Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people of the funny business world?
Well, I referenced this. April and I ordered Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Use your points on your apps.
Use your points wisely.
Yes. So we got both breakfast sandwiches were free this morning.
Nice.
As well, on Wednesday,
okay,
we got a chicken sandwich, medium fry, large fry, chicken strips, 6 chicken strips, and a drink, all for free.
Nice.
Because of the app, and the points on the apps.
Smart man.
So you may be accumulating those points. Make sure you redeem them, because some places you can't use all at once. Some you can only do like one item per, but they do expire sometimes. So check those apps, use those points. Get that free food.
Yeah, dude, totally. That's anytime you get free burrito on your birthday.
Totally.
Yep. Free Dunkin' on your birthday.
Free dozen donuts, I believe, at Krispy Kreme.
Really?
Maybe one donut.
One donut.
Free something at Krispy Kreme on your birthday.
You get to listen to a free episode of the Funny Business Podcast every Friday at 11 a.m.
Yep, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yep, that's a birthday present every week.
Oh my gosh, such a present. So, well, that concludes another episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.